Do you have a short fuse and find it easy to lose your cool over trivial matters? If this is the case, you have to figure out how to rein in your feelings. In a world full of stressful situations, it is not difficult to become entangled in all of the chaos that surrounds us, but you may regain control of your life and create great changes for the future if you pay attention to your feelings and learn how to keep them under control by being attentive to them. You'll find out in this video how to keep your feelings under control and what you ought to do in tense situations like the ones described in this video. Number 1. You need to determine what causes your emotional reactions. The first step towards gaining emotional control is to become aware of the factors that set off your negative feelings. Things that cause you to feel angry or upset are referred to as emotional triggers. They can take the form of anything at all, including particular persons, memories, and locations, certain words, and even odors. Because everyone reacts differently to various stimuli, it is necessary to engage in some self-analysis and introspection in this situation. But if you are aware of the factors that set off your negative feelings, you will be better able to control them and avoid striking out in fury. Number 2. Inhale and exhale deeply a few times. Take a moment to stop, breathe deeply, and center yourself if you feel yourself becoming extremely irritated. This will allow you to avoid acting in a way that you will come to regret in the future. When you are feeling angry, irritated, or frustrated, one of the most effective strategies to immediately calm down is to focus on your breathing. When you're feeling particularly overwhelmed by stress, this can be an exceptionally helpful strategy. You may calm your nervous system and lower your stress levels by taking 3 to 4 slow, deep breaths. This, in turn, will help you relax and feel like you have more control over your feelings. Number 3. Don't bottle up strong feelings. You could believe that repressing your emotions will make them disappear, but unfortunately, this is not the case. Regulation, rather than repression, should be your strategy of choice when it comes to gaining emotional mastery. Recognizing that you have intense sensations and being able to effectively manage those feelings in a healthy manner, such as by having a conversation about them or writing them down, are both essential components of self-regulation. When you repress your emotions, you avoid or ignore what you're feeling and act as if you don't care about anything, even though on some level you do. You fool yourself into thinking that you don't care. This might result in an accumulation of unpleasant feelings, which can then lead to aggressive behavior at a later point in time. Number 4. Use I statements rather than you statements. You might feel like your emotions are raging inside of you when you've been provoked, but you should be aware that the words you choose to say can either help you better the situation or make things worse. It's simple to be critical of another person when they say or do anything that irritates you by using phrases like, "You always do this," or "You never listen." But making statements like that will most certainly cause the other person to get defensive and angry. Therefore, rather than laying the blame for your feelings on someone else, accept responsibility for them and identify how you are currently feeling. Say something like, "I feel upset when you are late because it makes me worry about your safety." Instead of stating, "You are always late," try expressing something like, "I feel worried when you are late." This ensures that the conversation stays focused on how you feel rather than passing judgment on the actions of the other person. Number 5. You should keep a low voice. When you start raising your volume, it's an indication that you're losing control. When you are furious, it is natural for you to want to communicate your feelings and thoughts in the loudest way possible. However, doing so does nothing more than make the issue worse. On the other hand, when you maintain composure while speaking in an authoritative manner, your comments will have greater weight. If your argument is supported by facts and logic, you may even be able to convince someone who disagrees with you to see things from your point of view. Keeping your cool not only makes it simpler to resolve problems, but also makes both sides feel more appreciated. Improving communication is another benefit of keeping your cool. Number 6. Avoid making assumptions. Making assumptions about the actions or motivations of other people without having complete evidence to support those assumptions can result in some rather explosive situations. Because they are based on a lack of complete information, assumptions can lead to harmful conclusions. If you create an assumption and then act irrationally as a result of that assumption, the other person may feel attacked and begin acting irrationally as well. Don't be so quick to draw conclusions the next time someone says or does something that you don't agree with or that you don't understand. Instead, before you make an opinion about what they have said or done, ask questions to clarify what they mean by what they are saying. Because of this, they will be able to describe themselves in a more straightforward manner, which will allow you and them to fully comprehend each other's positions and move on in a productive manner. Number 7. Show some compassion. When you have the impression that your feelings are getting the better of you, it's easy to let yourself be swept away by them rather than remaining rational about what's going on in the world around you. This is especially important to keep in mind when coping with a challenging circumstance that involves another person. However, the ability to empathize with others is of the utmost significance if you wish to maintain control of your emotions even when the situation becomes tense. And in order to do this, you need to put yourself in their position and try to understand the problem from their point of view. You need to bear in mind that everyone else struggles with challenges and issues, despite how challenging it may be at times. It's possible that they're having a poor day or are dealing with some kind of issue in their personal lives. Having empathy for another person will allow you to respond in a way that is more acceptable to their situation, even if you may not always agree with their actions or ideas. And lastly, number 8. Take a time out. Take a break and regroup if you've already done everything and you're still finding it difficult to keep your feelings in check. It is a useful tactic for avoiding overreacting as well as settling disagreements in an amicable manner. It allows you to take some time to compose yourself, think about what you want to say or how you want to express it, and then come back to the situation with a more level head. This is especially helpful in situations in which the other person provokes hurt or defensive feelings in you. Getting some time to yourself before returning to the conversation and trying to solve the problem constructively will help alleviate some of the tension. Keep in mind that by not reacting, you give yourself the opportunity to respond. Even if someone else is trying to get you to react in a certain manner, you always have the ability to pick your own attitude and the way in which you receive information. You are in charge of your feelings and the way they influence your behavior. If someone is trying to get under your skin, it is ultimately up to you to decide whether or not you will let that occurrence provoke an emotional response in you. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that we can continue to make more like it. Check the subscribe button to receive notifications of new videos like this one, and be sure to also click the notification bell. Also, make sure you check out some of the other videos that we have on our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.